Hi everyone. Thanks for coming for the tour. My name is Astria Suparak. I'm the director of the gallery. I'm also the co-curator of the show. Ceci is the other co-curator.
So this is the first floor of the show, and you see around us a lot of the archival material related to Riot Grrrl. And we really wanted to present a sampling of the creative output of the movement. So we weren't really interested in putting together like a comprehensive overview and actually actively try to work against that kind of narrativizing. And so this is sort of a sampling so people can have an understanding or a feel for what went on.
And the creative output from the movement.
Yeah, and so this section is the zine section. We got these zines from a lot of personal collections and also private collections. NYU Fails was instrumental. Also, what were the other? Jabberjaw, that was the flyers.
Oh yeah, well we could talk about them together too.
Okay, yeah. So so the flyers and the zines were we basically put out a call on multiple listservs and Facebook messaging boards to get people to submit material. So that's how we were able to find people's personal collections. And then also we reached out to EMP, NYU Fails, Jabberjaw, and Interference Archive.
Dumba in New York.
And Dumba in New York.
A lot of clubs that don't exist anymore.
Have archives of their flyers and things like that. As far as that, on one panel, you can see zines that you can read and go through. We put that as sort of, again, just kind of to reflect the variety of zines people were producing and the topics that people were engaging in, whether it's dealing with racism, mental illness, violence, homophobia. A lot of the zines that were written at the time were very personal in nature as people kind of tried to create a community and a dialogue about these issues in their lives with a network of people through the mail. So that was actually, and also through message boards like Chainsaw. So that's the section of the show to reflect that element. We also we invited a number of curators to put together playlists of the music that was produced during the time.
Primarily musicians and label owners.
From all over the world.
Yeah, there's 5 different countries, several regions across the US represented in this playlist area. So you can listen to you can listen to what they selected, you could see samples, and there's also a booklet of the tracks.
And also in the booklet too, the curators kind of explain the concept behind their playlist and give more information about some of the bands that are on there and where they played and that sort of thing. And there's an element of also oral history in that, even we have an element of that in this space as well. So we have a video of interviews with people who are involved in the movement. And also we have a website called Riot Grrrl Census, which we put out about maybe a year, 10 months before the show.
Yeah.
And just inviting people to submit their stories about being involved with Riot Grrrl and the effect it had on their life.
And you guys are welcome to contribute to that too.
Yeah, it's an ongoing thing. So the Tumblr is there on the wall and you can read through people's entries and you can submit entries yourself. And then another thing we also did is set up this map of Riot Grrrl chapters from all over the world. So you can see that. And again, that was also sort of crowdsourced, and we got that information from some of the consultants who worked with us on the show, and also just, again, putting a call out there for people to submit information about that.
So we found chapters in 21 countries from 1991 to the present, some that have just opened in the last few months. And again, if you have information that's not on the map, please email us. There's information on the map on how to do that.
And then lastly, we have this manifesto. And actually the original manifesto for that, I think, is right here, if you want to read the original flyer from what this came from. And it was produced by, in DC in the 91-92, it's an anonymous flyer. And it's basically a manifesto of some of the ideas behind Riot Grrrl and kind of the ethics. And also, a proclamation of like the need to have a movement like Riot Grrrl. And we thought it was just, encapsulated so many of the things that happened at the time that it was important enough to devote a whole wall to it. And it's really inspiring even to read that now. Yeah.
Okay.
And so I think this is...
Yeah. So we're going to move up to the 2nd and the 3rd floors with the work by contemporary artists.